What's going on? Let's take a look at the rest of my NBA expansion video. This is an explosive Wonder Flash report for June 28th. I'm Samuel Greer. Thanks for watching. So in part 4 of my NBA expansion video, I said that I can't see another part coming, and this is part 5. If you not watched the first 4 parts of my NBA expansion videos, please go back and watch those. Pardon my language in the first and second video, a little bit in the third, but they were kind of sloppy, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize, but I have 9 new teams, 8 new teams that I want to share with you today that I have missed. First up, and I'm going to go in alphabetical order. And I'm gonna go my denials one more time. Honolulu, Hawaii, Anchorage, Alaska, Birmingham, Alabama, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Those are the cities that I denied in this NBA expansion talk because I think those cities are just too small to host an NBA team. Okay, first up, we have the Buffalo Stampeders. Now, I don't know why I haven't thought of this earlier, and Buffalo absolutely deserves an NBA team. They definitely need one, and the Buffalo Sabres definitely need a new tenant as well, and this would do that. I didn't want to focus on the Buffalo Braves because I didn't really want to throw it back, but I saw this great idea that someone put out. I'm not sure who. Credit to that someone for making that, but this is a great idea. I love it. And he called them the Buffalo Stampeders, and I really love this name. I think it fits perfectly with Buffalo and works as a basketball team, and I think a lot of you would agree with me here. The colors, I kept it a little bit similar to the Braves, except the Braves didn't use blue with orange. But once again, I am doing blue and orange for this team. I know, twice in the same topic, right? But Buffalo absolutely deserves this color scheme as well as Kansas City, and I also think I did Edmonton, so that's 3 times in a row that I list that color scheme. But I couldn't think of any other color scheme that could work for Buffalo, and all of the good ones have been taken. So I'm just gonna go with blue and orange this time, again. And I feel like it would really work. Yeah, once you factor in the Knicks, I guess that makes it 4 teams. Maybe I should do black and orange, but I think the blue really pops here. And it would be more like, it would be slightly lighter than powdered blue, slightly darker than powder blue and slightly lighter than royal blue. So I don't even know what to call it, so I'm just gonna say blue. The home uniform is orange with blue trim, and I know the Knicks do a different color scheme, and that's fine. And the Lynx, I also added them, look a lot similar to the New York Knicks. I apologize for that. I didn't even make the concept that way, I just did it. Anyway, the Buffalo Stampeders will have an orange jersey with white text, orange uniform with white text spelling out the word Stampeders on the front with blue trim. The sides of the jersey stripe go like this: thin blue stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin blue stripe on the bottom. For the pants, I just did a blue and white stripe wrapping around the waist and the primary logo on the right pant leg. The away uniform, I did it in white with the orange elements the white elements replaced for orange, and that's about it. The court, I think I did an amazing job with the court. Best so far. The court border is orange with white letters, blue trim, and the keys are blue with orange trim. I think this is the best court I've ever made in my head. It looks really good, really neat, really clean, and yeah. And the primary logo is of course in the middle, which would be a orange buffalo with blue eyes and black kind of fur, and with blue rings around the horns, with blue eyes. Did I say blue eyes already? Yes, I did. I'm sorry for that. But I think I did a really good job with the Buffalo Stampeders. The Buffalo Stampeders, welcome to the NBA. The next team I have for you is the, give me a second to think, it would come here. The Florida, no, Hamilton. The Hamilton Havoc. I feel like I did a great job with this name. I don't even know why, but I decided to do black and a yellow color scheme. Yeah, I just love this concept. And I love the black and yellow together. It looks really, really good. Really, really clean. And I decided to do it for Hamilton because I tried to keep it as close to the Tigers as I can, which would be the NHL affiliate. But I feel like the Havoc would work here. Pretty genius name. They must have a lot of nuclear power plants there. And that's probably what Hamilton is famous for. One of the things they're famous for. The logo would just be of a triangle, a yellow triangle with the point facing up and a black H in the middle of it. The uniforms I thought looked very clean, very, very neat. It's black. The home uniform is black with Hamilton going across in white letters with yellow trim. The stripes on the side go like this: thin yellow stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin yellow stripe on the bottom. The pants have a yellow and white stripe going around the waist, and the primary logo is on the right pant leg. The core, I thought I did an amazing job with the core. This might be my new favorite. For the border, I did black with white lettering with yellow trim, just like the jersey, the home jersey. The keys are yellow with black trim and with the primary logo in the front. The away jersey, basically the same with all the the white elements transferred to yellow, black. I'll do those at the end. Very impressive job here with the Havoc. I think I did a great job. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next team that I'm going to be presenting today are the Montreal Wolverines. I think this is a perfect color scheme and a perfect name for Montreal, going with a burgundy and yellow, and the logo is of a Wolverine chomping on an M for Montreal, and also holding a basketball. Montreal, I thought it was a good, solid name for Montreal. I love this idea, Wolverines. It's so tough, so fierce, and they live in forests, and Montreal, Canada in general, is just very full of forests kind of area, so I really like the idea of Wolverines. This has never really been used in pro sports before, but I love it. Okay, where was I going with this? Oh, the jerseys I think are fantastic. I think I did an excellent job with the uniforms. The home uniform is burgundy with white letters spelling out the word Wolverines in yellow trim. The pants are burgundy as well. The sides of the jersey and the pants stripes go like this: thin yellow stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin yellow stripe on the bottom. The pants have a yellow and white stripe going around the waist, and the primary logo would be on the right pant leg. The shoulder cuffs are going to be trimmed in yellow and white. And I really like this idea. I think it's pretty bold, pretty clean, not too much going on. I did change it from the original concept that I found, mainly because it was too busy. Looked like a city edition kind of jersey, and I didn't really want to go down that route, so yeah. The white uniform looks so good. Basically, all the white elements of the home jersey get flipped to maroon, and so does the uniform color. The court, I thought I did an amazing job of. The border is maroon with white letters with Montreal on one side, Wolverines on the other, and the white letters have yellow trim. The keys are yellow with maroon trim, and then the primary logo is front and center. Now, as for where they could play, I think the Habs Stadium would be excellent to host games for the Montreal Wolverines. Just saying. So they have a stadium right there in Montreal, but I wouldn't consider this a top team for me. Next up, we have the next we have one of my favorites, the San Diego Astronomers. Finally made it to San Diego. This is a market that absolutely deserves a team. And yeah, absolutely deserves an NBA team. For the name, I decided to go with Astronomers. I know that doesn't seem like much, but Astronomers really is much because it's scientists who look at the stars, basically. And I thought that's perfect for San Diego because they used to have the Rockets, they don't anymore. And yeah, it would just be very obvious and a very obvious route to go down. The logo may be a bit much, but it's San Diego. What else are you gonna do? I mean, I suppose you can move the Clippers, but fans of the LA Clippers would be sad to see their team go back to San Diego. So I'm giving San Diego a new team with a fresh coat of paint. So literally and figuratively. The uniforms. I thought I did a great job with the uniforms. The home uniform is red with purple with white lettering spelling out the word Astronomers with purple trim. The side stripes go like this, thin purple stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin purple stripe on the bottom. For the away, the pants will have a purple and white stripe going around them. They will also be red, and it will have the primary logo on the right pant leg. Very clean, very simple. I didn't really want to do anything fancy with this team. So yeah, and I forgot the team in there, but I will go back to the other teams shortly. So the astronomers have such a cool logo. It's a black A with red trim with stars in the A and a kind of a yellow kind of streak going across the front and a rocket behind it. I know this seems like such an aggressive kind of logo, but again, it's San Diego, and San Diego really does have the space industry tie. So why not go all in on it? So I decided to do it. I didn't decide to put the stars on the home jersey or the away or anything like that, just to, you know, keep it clean, keep it simple. The white jersey is basically the same as the home, just invert the white to become red and invert the uniform color to be white. Yeah, let's go over the teams that I think are... Oh, before we do, I want 2 more teams to talk about in the Bees segment. First up, the Vancouver Grizzlies. I really want the Grizzlies to come back to the NBA. It would kind of be a very missed opportunity if somehow they didn't bring the Vancouver Grizzlies back into the NBA. I'm kind of surprised if they don't. But I have another idea for Memphis if they kind of do, so I'll talk about that later. But right now, I feel like it's most evident that we need to talk about this team. And basically, it was like it was before, just much, much cleaner. No pattern around the waist. Actually, yeah, the pattern around the waist of the pants, but not in the collar. I feel like that's a little too much. But the pattern in the pants is just right, and I'm gonna make it very visible in the uniforms as well, in center stripe. I'll talk about that next. But their logo remains the same. I would change the ears though. The ears kind of make it look like a Wolverine type, weasel type creature and not like a bear, so I would just change that so it looks like a bear. And obviously they have to modernize the logo, but I think the colors are absolutely fantastic. The logo itself is fine, but I think it would be better without the wood mark on the uniforms. But you could do it for the court. The uniforms would be different, however. The uniforms would be much cleaner than they were back in the day. And I think I did a pretty good job. They'll have a teal uniform with white letters spelling out the word Grizzlies, and with that kind of pink kind of color as the trim, and also on the sides of the jersey and the pants we'll have the typical striping going like this, thin pink stripe on the top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin pink stripe on the bottom. And I didn't really want to make pink a primary color, but I did it just as a secondary color, and then the third color would be brown to kind of make it that general Grizzlies kind of feel to it. The pattern will be in the middle stripe, but barely visible, so it's not terribly overwhelming, but it's there. You can recognize it. Just like the Vipers kind of scale pattern that I did in the past with the Vegas Vipers. If you want to go back and watch that video, you can in the videos tab. Now, moving on to the Victoria Kodiaks. This one is the last one before I go and recap the teams that I missed. The Victoria Kodiaks, this one is a very low for me. Victoria is very low on my expansion list. Very low. But same with hockey, it's very, very low. But Canadians just love their basketball and hockey so much that I decided to put a team there. I was wanting to move away from the mountain cat kind of theme in Victoria anyway, so this was a great concept developed by a YouTube channel. It's the same concept I used the Vipers for, and also, yeah, the same guy I got the Vipers concept from. The same two guys. Well, the same guy that I got the Vipers concept from, I also got this concept from him as well. And I thought it looked really nice. And Kodiaks as a name, that's very, very genius. I don't really know what a Kodiak is. The uniforms I would change to a slightly brighter blue and yellow. Well, the yellow I wouldn't brighten, I would just keep the same, and the court I would change up quite a bit. I would use a blue border instead of a black border with white lettering. I would keep the white lettering as well. With Vancouver on one side, Kodiaks on the other, trimmed in yellow, and yeah, I just love the idea of Kodiaks, and yeah, he is genius for this, and I gotta give a round of applause to him. And the white elements on the jersey will, of course, move from blue to yellow. I mean, from white to blue. So, yeah. Sorry, it's been a long week. There's also one more thing I would change. I wouldn't keep the circle inside the numbers, because I feel like that's just lame. I know it's a typical basketball thing, but I don't really like it when that happens. I would also change the striping on the jersey as well to make it the typical striping that you often see me use with typical basketball teams. For the Kodiaks, it would be yellow, thin yellow stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle, and thin yellow stripe on the bottom. It's basically the same striping as my other NBA expansion teams, but that's because this striping looks so good, so clean. Yeah, and it just looks good. And the pattern around, it's just a little too much for me. And the pants, it's fine. Pants is fine. I don't care about the pants, but for the circle, I don't really like it. For the primary logo, I think it's fine, but for the, I would actually like the, yeah, I think he did that, already. That's about it. Well, actually, I do have a few more for you, so let's go over those really quickly. First up, the Dallas Outlaws. Now, I'm not sure if the Dallas Mavericks will be staying in Dallas or not. Maybe they can move to Arlington and become the Arlington Road Runners and use the general color scheme of the old Road Runners. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I added an extra team just in case they're moving, which I really hope they don't. The Mavericks have some of the best jerseys in the NBA right now, currently. The other ones are either aren't that bad, they're decent, or they're trash, basically. But anyway, if the Dallas Mavericks do move out, this could be the team that replaces them with a red and burgundy type of color with an orange. I really like this color scheme. I think it works, especially for Dallas. I got the color scheme from a guy who wanted to make a Houston team for the NHL. Didn't really work out too well, but I decided to move his design to basketball. He displayed it on Post to Post. I forget what his name was. But shout out to him or her. Very nice color scheme. I decided to steal it and make it my own, basically. And Outlaws, great name. I love it for Dallas. It just fits so perfectly with Dallas. The jerseys, right? The logo would be of a white person with a red bandana and a red cowboy hat with a black kind of rim, kind of belt across the hat. I don't know what that's called. Someone fill me in the comments what that's called. If you've seen a cowboy hat, you know what I'm talking about. But moving on, I decided to go with the cowboy theme, obviously, but went in a kind of different direction. For the home jersey, I did that more darker red, and then kind of have a brighter red is kind of an accent color. It's not a burgundy, but it's not really a true red either. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, the uniforms are that darker red, while the striping is more of a red, if you know what I mean. With white text spelling out the word Outlaws, trimmed in that brighter kind of red that's also in the striping on the side of the jersey, but also on the side of the pants as well. I also kind of envision the orange as kind of an accent color / alternate color, and I'll get to that in a bit. The away uniform, basically the same thing. just invert the white elements to become the darker red, and then you go. I think this is very unique and very creative. The border is the court. I really like the court. The court has that darker red as kind of the border with white lettering, with Dallas on one side, Outlaws on the other, and yeah, for the keys, I did a the brighter red with an orange kind of as the trim, and I think this would work very well for Dallas as a color scheme. I love it, and I think it could work for Dallas if the Mavericks ever wanted to move out, and this would be, again, one of the best brands in the NBA, except all of my brands are really top notch. I think I really nailed it with all of my NBA expansion videos, but go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, the Nashville Sounders. I was kind of torn on this by Sounders and what I think they could do, but I had another alternate baseball idea, and I wanted to save that for baseball, and yeah, the Sounders, I just didn't want them to be called the Stars again, and borrowing the Grizzlies color palette, I just didn't like that idea. It also seems like I'm copying that person. But there is a slight star in the logo, and I feel like that's fine, you know. And I also put the Nashville guitar strings subtly in the Nashville jersey. So let's talk about the colors. The colors are black, red, and gray, just like the Houston Rockets used to be. I feel like this would be a great color scheme, especially for Nashville. And I think it's a very unique color scheme. And yeah, I think I cooked it. Now the logo would be of a red N trimmed in black with a black speaker basketball kind of mashup in the back, and that speaker is gray with black trim, and black with gray trim, and I think it really works here. And like I said, there is a gray star trimmed in black and kind of have a 3D kind of effect to it. I kind of like it, but the uniforms are so good, so clean, so classic. The home uniform is red with white lettering in black trim, spelling out the word, the jersey, spelling out the word Sounders across the chest, and the striping on the sides of the jersey and the pants go like this: thin black stripe on top, thick white stripe in the middle with a thin gray stripe in the middle of that. And then you have a black stripe on the bottom, and the strings are subtly hidden in the background. Just like with the Vancouver Grizzlies, the Victoria Kodiaks. You can kind of see it a little, but it still can be noticed. That's kind of the transparency that I want, just so you can get a visual. The away uniform, basically the same, but flip the white elements to become red on the jersey, and there you go. The court, I thought I did an amazing job with the court. The court has a black border with white lettering with gray trim, and the keys are red with black trim. I think I really cooked it here with the Pioneer logo front and center, but go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And with that, I think I covered, finally, all the NBA expansion teams that I wanted to add to the NBA. Go ahead and let me know what you think about this list in the comment section down below. Which cities would you add or take away? And also tell me what team names you would like in the comment section down below. If you like jersey and brand content, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. And as always, thank you all so much for watching.